So, I love Black American culture and I love what's happening with FBA, Solon, Hoodoo. However, I wanted to say, as a Black American woman myself, I do believe that Black American women, we have our own culture. And I think for so long, women have been following men, right? So, and we can even look at religion, we can look at, you know, it, all of it tied into one. We know, right? I think the women made a huge mistake following men and pretending as if we don't have our own matriarch. And what I mean by us having our own culture away from Black American men, people believe that because there's this debate that's happening here on social media that you can't be pro Black and still date out. Now, for me, Black American women is at the forefront of my love and what we have within our culture. Black women and girls, right? What I will say is that you will have some people who want to partner with each other and build from there. And then you have those who will remain single and, go build on their own. And then you have those who will go outside and choose to live their life the way that they want, right? And there's so many different moving parts, but what I will say is I'm pro Black American woman, and I've stated this before, pro Black American woman and girls, and I do believe that Black American women have the right to date whomever they want to, right? Just like we have the right to create our own separate culture from men. And again, I believe when we talk about religion, when we talk about gods and goddesses, women are supposed to follow goddesses, as I've stated before. Men are supposed to follow gods. Now, within our culture, yes, you're going to have toxic people, wicked people, um, dangerous people. And you have to take a look. This goes back to bloodline. You have to take a look and see who is running your bloodline because you will have people who will try to work against your bloodline. How are you born of the same blood and you are jealous and you're envious and you're trying to destroy your own culture? How does that work? Yes, it can work from within the culture or it can work from being connected to somebody else's culture. You know how that works? Through bloodlines, through dealing with people who hate themselves and they're running away from their own culture, but then they'll link with you and pass all of that to you and your children. It's the same thing when it comes to your own bloodline. People who hate themselves, and like I just stated before in a different video, there is nothing more damaging to a culture than people working within a culture to destroy the culture itself. You know what I mean? And as a Black American woman myself, like I've stated before, you know, right? No, let me stop. Um, our culture, aside from men, is very beautiful. Goddess spirituality, connecting to Mother Nature, connecting to Lilith, right? Connecting to all of the feminine archetypes, right? And the women who you have to look for certain things within your bloodline. Look for the women who are outliers, the outcasts, the women who say, you know what, I'm actually going to focus on my career. I'm not going to have any children, or I'm not going to be married. That's how that's going to show up. And this is why it's so important for women to not get sidetracked when it comes to men and what they should be doing on their own, right? Because the men have the right to focus on themselves. Just like how the women, we have the right to focus on ourselves. What does that mean? You could be going on your own journey, like I've stated before. Connect with the elders. There's somebody, some woman in your family somewhere who focused on herself and, she is creating a legacy for herself. right? Or she have decided to say, you know what? I want to write a book. I want to be an author. You know what I mean? I want to go start a business. I want to go dot dot dot. That's who you have to connect with if that's your type of archetype. We have so many different archetypes that we can work with. We don't have to limit ourselves to just one. Your mother may have been a homemaker, she may have been a wife. You yourself, you might be a lesbian or choose to be a lesbian. So you want to date same sex. You know what I mean? So, what I want Black women to really focus on is you have the ability to be who you want to be outside. Now, of course, you have your culture, you have your family as a collective. Cool. But the times that we're in, the times that we are moving into, you're going to be met with yourself, right? And of course, 2026, this is where the Neptune and Aries, and then I think it's the Saturn and some other planet child. I've been like looking all over the place, you know what I'm saying? And this energy is self. Now, it may show up as being like an individualist or being or practicing like separatism and stuff like that. It don't have to be seen that way. You have friends, you have family, children, you know, if you will, your spouses, but you're going to be met, Aries. You're going to be met with the self. Who are you? Aside of everything else. And Black women, it's time to change the narrative. It's time to change the narrative, you know, when it comes to yourself. You have the right to carve out your own lane within this society, within this world, and not be met with hate, vitriol. You know what I mean? So I love this energy. I think that people need to focus on themselves. If you love your culture, beautiful, focus on your culture. Because, like I said before, everybody got work to do. All cultures have work to do with y'all crazy asses. Y'all all got work to do. So, what I be confused by is people twisting and twirling in everybody else's culture. Focus on yourself. That's y'all problem right now. You can't focus on yourself because you're so focused on what everybody else got going on. Focus on you, right? And yes, y'all the ones who messed up society. You know, y'all the ones feed into this foolishness. Y'all feed into what's destroying yourself. And y'all wonder why y'all crazy as hell and you're walking around, you got all of these mental health issues. You wonder why. This is the reason why. I'm telling you. Because you want to buy into foolishness. You want to focus on things that don't even matter. Now, of course, uncover this energy. Let me tell you something, because this is the Pluto and Scorpio energy. This energy is going to take everything that's been, buried within the deep waters, and it's going to uproot this shit. So I'm not shocked at what I see out here. I'm just glad that I started doing my spiritual work early, child. I'm just glad that I started a long time ago, right? And for us who have started our spiritual journeys like long time ago, honey, we already seen this coming. We knew already. And a lot of people, they was playing and, they was laughing all, those spiritual folks, they just talking all that talk, they don't know what they talking about. They crazy. Come to find out, no, we the ones who got all of the tea. We seen this shit coming already. So, you might be disappointed in some of your family members, your culture and things. You might be surprised, you might be shocked, but at the end of the day, everybody is carving out their own place. Some of it is going to be for selfish reasons. Some of it's going to be for collective reasons. So you have to find out what that is for you. And on that note, I'm going to end. I love y'all, and Black American women, Black American girls, we got this.